Thank you for watching the second From Runoff to Rivers video. If possible, have a cell phone and a first aid kit handy. Know any important medical conditions of team members, that is, heart condition, diabetes, allergies, and bring any needed medications. Definitely check the weather conditions before you go. Do not sample in heavy rain or if a storm is predicted. Keep your pets at home. Dogs can damage stream banks and hurt or destroy aquatic life and wildlife. Follow all posted notices and placards regarding water hazards and never trespass on private property. Watch for dogs, farm animals, snakes, insects such as ticks and bees. If possible, wear boots, a hat, light-colored long pants, and a long-sleeve shirt. Know how to identify poisonous or other problem plants or vegetation to ensure the safety of those monitoring. Never drink the water you are monitoring. Assume it is unsafe and bring your own drinking water. Do not walk on unstable banks that might be in danger of eroding or collapse. Stay out of the water body you are monitoring as much as possible. Never wade in swift or high water. If you take a boat out, follow safe boating practices and wear a life jacket at all times. If at any time you feel uncomfortable about conditions at the site, stop monitoring and leave at once. Also, I am going to have a list of places that you can test water on our website. So check that out, and it's a good idea to go there first and see if that's where you want to do your water testing. Okay, the first thing you do is take the lid off your kit, and then there's a little container here. I just kind of dump this in. And then I'm going to walk over to the creek and I'm going to fill it up to water to this line. This little booklet has the instructions for how to do the monitoring, and it also has a page where you will record your data. You're going to want to record the date and time and also the location. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to record the temperature of the water. Now you want to do that first because you've just pulled your water out of the creek, and if it sits here it's going to get warmer. So that's the first test we want to do. So we take this little thermometer and we put it in to the water for 1 minute. Okay, it's been a minute, so I'm going to take it out, and it's going to show you, it will be green on your little thermometer, and our temperature for this creek is 26 degrees Celsius, so I'm going to mark that down on my book. Now, we always take our scientific data in the metric system. And we do that because the rest of the world does all their scientific data in the metric system. So if the United States takes their data in the metric systems, it's much easier for scientists to compare data. Okay, the next test we're going to do is turbidity. And you'll notice there is a black and white disc on the bottom of your jar. This is called a Secchi disc, and we'll compare it to this little chart. So when you compared the Secchi disc at the bottom of the container and the little chart here, you'll notice that the turbidity is this top one, which is 0 GTU is what you want to put down on your little sheet. The next test we're going to do is dissolved oxygen. And dissolved oxygen is really important for the little critters that live in the water, the fish, the macroinvertebrates. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this little glass vial and we're going to dip it in here and fill it all the way to the top with water. Then we're going to punch out 2 tablets on the dissolved oxygen foil container. There's 1. Let's see if there's 2. Then I'm going to put them in here. Okay, you want to make sure that this little bottle is totally filled to the top with water because you don't want any oxygen in there. Then you're going to screw this little black cap on. And then we're going to just invert it like that to get those oxygen tablets to dissolve. And then once they're dissolved, we wait for 5 minutes and then we do the reading. Okay, the next test we're going to do is pH. And pH has to do with the acid or base in the water. And I'll talk more about this on the 3rd video when we do all our things. But we're going to fill it up to the 10 milliliter line, which is right about here. So I got to pour just a little out, just a little bit more. Now I got to put a little more back in. Okay, got it. Then, once we've done that, then we put one of the tablets from the pH side in. We put the cap on, and we shake it again. So we have to wait until it's completely dissolved and then we'll take the reading. Okay, the pH tablet is dissolved and you see I'm holding it up next to the pH card, and if you can tell the color is about 8. So the pH is 8, which is good. Anything between 6 and 8 is good. 7 is neutral. And here is the dissolved oxygen. It's dissolved now and is settled, and I would say it's kind of between the 4 parts per million and 8 parts per million. So we're going to say 6 parts per million for the dissolved oxygen. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to test for nitrate and nitrite, or if there is nitrogen in the water. And nitrogen comes from, a lot of times, from fertilizers or from waste products. So what we're going to do is we're going to dip this in the water for 1 second. We're going to bring it out. We're going to hold it level. We're not going to shake the test strip. And we're going to let it cure. It takes about 30 seconds for this to cure, so we'll wait and see, and then we'll compare it to the chart that's right here. Okay, so then I'm going to hold it up to this little card here. There's the 0, which is the nitrate, and there's the 1.5, which is the nitrite, so that's what I'll record. Okay, the next test we're doing is for phosphate, and basically we dip this in the water for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We pull it out, we hold it level, and then we compare it. Oh, we got to wait 45 seconds. Now we've waited 45 seconds, and it shows that the phosphate level is 0. Now I had you put all your supplies into this container. And so you probably want to get most of the things out because you're going to be using them. But there's 2 lids for the 2 test tubes, and they are easily lost. So I would suggest you just leave them in this container until you're ready to use them.